Yeah, dopest community was good. You already know if you guys familiar with the channel, we just had Token on the channel, and now we got another one from him. And guess who he brought one of them? Terror Reid. If you guys are familiar with this channel, we have Terror Reid on this channel. He is not no stranger to this channel. When you guys get a chance, make sure you check out his playlist. I'm gonna put his playlist probably over here at the end of the video so y'all can see the Terror Reid reactions. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe if you like what you see. Let's get right into this, man. Let's see what Token talking about. I just got put on the Token. He's a lyrical monster, and then he's really funny off camera as well, and he has like witty bars and all that stuff. We know Terror Reid, aka Getter, with his production and everything. Did he produce this? No, he didn't produce this. Okay. He didn't produce this song. I thought he would have if he was up here. But yeah, let's see what's popping. It's a music video. Salute to Token, salute to Terror Reid, salute to the dopest community, man. Let's get it, y'all.
I was in a Jeep with at least 3 Kimberleys trying to get a piece of the high life. They don't love me, but they have a need, so do we. It's a penalty of the high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life. Backpack full, but I gave it to my bro when the girl under my arm is mad cause the car full. I was 17 when they were calling me a shady wannabe. It's funny cause I grew up stealing from Marshalls. Woke up on the couch, no cash in my house. Terror Reid, can you see where the cash went? Sure. I was in a Jeep, I had a bottle next to me and it was yelling at me in a French accent. Bonjour. Black on the tee, black on the jeans, passionately bent back like a crash on a street. Freak accident, token the accident. Freak T used to be a chopper, then he passed it and lead. 20 racks my fee. Obviously too cheap, I get checks with the best. Broke up with a Barbie and now I call her Charlie. They all turn brat when my ex see my ex in a Jeep, bitch. I was in a Jeep with at least 3 Kimberleys trying to get a piece of the high life. They don't love me, but they have a need, so do we. It's a penalty of the high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life.
Young tall call said Reid, I need a fee. I told him be big, y'all give me about a week. Sicker than the cold, I'ma sand that beat. And I make it host weak, cause I son when I speak. The catacomb crook, neighborhood at a raw hook. One look, had him on shook. The brain with the blade in the book. The chef and the cook raise up, but your soul get took. Holding up in that Jeep, slumping mad while we creep. Deep in your set, couple of freaks and they cheap. Showing them all what they need, the lyrical vet. Terror and Token, your soul go get broken. We throwing their ass in a bin. Heavyweight horror, I got something for her and all of her friends. Never gonna see me again.
I was in a Jeep with at least 3 Kimberleys trying to get a piece of the high life. They don't love me, but they have a need, so do we. It's a penalty of the high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life.
Number 4,
Oh,
you gotta
shit.
change the label name. That's a stupid name. Never too different.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna tell you
supposed
something.
to
You
be
can't
here.
You're too different, nigga. You too different.
Salute to Token and Terror Reid. Terror Reid came with that flow, man. Token was cooking too, man. Token, he kind of like in the land of his own, man, as far as like his sound and everything. Like he kind of Token, it's like I be getting, I don't know, man. I kind of be getting, who does he sound like to me, man? I don't know if you guys familiar with Pro Era, you know, that's Joey Badass Squad. Like, you know, you got Nick Caution. Nick Caution is a lyrical monster. He kind of remind me of Nick Caution. I hear a little bit of Logic too, but at the same time, like he sound like him just because of like his wittiness and all that. You know, so I was digging it, man. The video crazy and everything, especially when he was like when Terror Reid was rapping, it was just like, you know, the mouth going back and forth like it was Terror Reid, then Terror Reid when he came in with all the faces. The joy crazy right there. But it's, you know, it's Terror Reid, you know what I'm saying? It's some Terror Reid stuff. And then Token's videos always be having me confused too, you know what I'm saying? So it just makes sense when he put them together. I'm really not gonna know what's going on. All I can do is like rock with the music and all that. So yeah, let's get back into it. That production is fire too, and the producer is wait, Young Lies, YXNGLYZ. Salute to them, man. They was cooking on this beat. It sounds like if you're in the car and everything, this bass would just go crazy. Let's get it. So we got him pulling up in like this, it looks like a Jeep without nothing else, like a little monster truck.
I was in a Jeep with
And then he comes through, he's like, I was in a Jeep with at least 3 Kimberleys trying to get a piece of the high life. They don't love me, but they have a need. So do we. It's a penalty of the high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get yeah, right there is her. I was in the Jeep trying to get the high life. I was in the Jeep trying to get the high life. That right there is dope, man, with the little mixing and cutting.
with at least 3 Kimberleys trying to get a piece of the high life. They don't love me, but they have a need, so the weed is a penalty of the high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life.
I like that. That's
I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life.
So he comes through, he's like, backpack full, but I give it to my bro when the girl under my arm is mad because the car is full. So he's like, backpack full, but I give it to my bro when the girl under my arm is mad because the car's full. So the backpack's full and he give it to his homeboy under the arm. Okay. I was 17 when they were calling me a shady wannabe. So obviously, you know, he's probably talking about Eminem, and it might be a double entendre for him being shady and a shady wannabe, or maybe a Slim Shady wannabe. It's funny because I grew up stealing from Marshalls. That right there is hard because we all know Eminem's name is Marshall. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is dope. It was calling me shady, want to be funny because I grew up stealing from Marshalls. That was a hard line right there. That's what I'm talking about with his wittiness. Woke up on the couch, no cash here in my house. Terror, can you see where the cash went? And then he's like, not sure. And he's like, I was in a Jeep. I had a bottle next to me, and it was yelling at me in a French accent. Bonjour. Let's get it, yo.
Life. Backpack full, but I give it to my bro when the girl under my arm is mad cause the car full. I was 17 when they were calling me a shady wannabe. It's funny cause I grew up stealing from Marshalls. Woke up on the couch, no cash in my house. Terror Reid, can you see where the cash went?
Sure.
I was in a Jeep, I had a bottle next to me and it was yelling at me in a French accent.
Bonjour.
Hard. And so you got Terror Reid. He's like, not sure. Bonjour. Then you got him as like the little character right here. He's like, black on the tee, black on the jeans passionately. Bend backs like a crash on the street. Crazy right there. Bend backs like a crash on the street. Freak accident. Choking an accident freak. T used to be a chopper, then he passed in a Lee. 20 racks my fee. Obviously too cheap. I get checks with the best. Broke up with the Barbie and now I call her Charlie. They all turn brat when my ex see me in X in it. They all turn brat when my ex see my ex in a Jeep. That right there is hard. So he's saying Token's making wordplay with the name of the famous English singer Charlie XCX and her fan favorite and critically acclaimed 2024 album Brat. On another note, Charlie has a song titled Speed Wave on Barbie the album, which serves as a soundtrack to the 2023 live action movie Barbie. That's the one I caught right there. All the other stuff, I just learned that just now with y'all. Let's go.
Black on the tee, black on the jeans, passionately bent backs like a
Got the
crash
white
on the
Air
street.
Force
Freak
Ones on.
accident, token the accident freak. T used to be a chopper, then he passed in a lead. 20 racks my fee. Obviously too cheap, I get checks with the best. Broke up with a Barbie and
That's
I'ma
who
call her
reminds me
Charlie.
of.
They all turn brat when my ex see my ex in a Jeep, bitch. I was in a Jeep with
He reminds me of Russ. That's what it is. He reminds me of Russ a lot. Like just the confidence and the wittiness, you know, he reminds me of Russ. But yeah, man, the white Air Force Ones, he loved them white Air Force Ones, y'all. I'm telling y'all, in the last video he had them joints on.
I was in a Jeep.
But then we get back into the chorus. I was in the Jeep with at least 3 Kimberleys trying to get a piece of the high life. They don't love me, but they have a need. So do we, and the penalty of to get the high life. I was in the Jeep trying to get the high life. I was in the Jeep trying to get the high life. That chorus is hard.
With at least 3 Kimberleys trying to get a piece of the high life. They don't love me,
He
but they
makes
have a need.
fire
So the weed is the
choruses.
penalty of the high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life. I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life.
And then you got Terror Reid, of course, being known. Hey, bitch. Young Toke called, said, Reid, I need a feat. So pretty much Young Token, when he says Young Toke, called, said, Reid, I need a feat. So Young Token called me and said, yo, I need a feature, pretty much. I told him, bet. Yo, give me about a week. Sicker than that cold. I'ma set fire. Is it fire that beat? All right, let's get back into that. Hold on.
Young talk call, said Reid, I need a fade. I told him big bag, y'all give me about a week. Sicker than the cold, I'ma stab that beat. And I make a
Yeah, sicker than the cold. I'ma stab that beat. I'ma make your hoes weak.
house weak, cause I son when I speak. They gotta
I'm gonna make your hoes weak. What do you say? Something when I speak. Yeah, it's just like Terror's delivery. When he raps fast, it's hard to catch him.
sicker than the cold, I'ma stab that beat. And I make a house weak, cause I son when I speak. They gotta
I make the hoes weep because I sung when I speak. Okay. The Catacomb Crooks. Salute to the Catacombs. Another fire. We did a reaction to that too. Another fire track from Terror Reid. The Catacomb Crook. Neighborhood Adderall hook. One look had them all shook. The brand with the blade and the book. The chef and the cook raise up and your soul getting took. Talk that shit, Terror, man. The chef and the cook raise up. Your soul getting cooked. That right there is hard. The chef and the cook raise up and your soul's getting took hard.
I'ma stab that beat. And I make a house weak, cause I son when I speak. The catacomb crook. Neighborhood Adderall hook. One look had them on shook. The brand with the blade and the book. The chef and the cook raise up and your soul get took.
Hard, man. Holding up in that Jeep. Slumping the mat when we creep. Deep in your set. Couple of freaks and they cheat. Showing all of them what they need. The lyrical vet. Terror and Token. Your souls go get broken. We throwing they ass in the bin. Heavyweight horror. I got something for her. and all of her friends never gonna see me again. That boy is wild.
Holding up in that Jeep, slumping mad when we creep deep in your set. Couple of freaks and they cheap, showing them all what they need. The lyrical vet, Terror in Tokyo, so go get broken. We throwing they ass in a bin. Heavyweight horror, I got something for her and all of her friends. Never gonna see me again.
It's just like, man, just Terror Reid, man. He just brings that, like, that Cali, man. He just brings that Cali 90s vibe to like every track that he's on, man. Then like his strong ass, like West Side accent and everything, his California accent is just like you just hear him, man. It's like he just demands he commands your attention whenever he gets on the track, man. Terror Reid is always gonna be explosive on every single track. So the energy between him and Token up here is fire to me.
I was in a Jeep with at least 3 Kimberleys trying to get a piece of the high life. They don't love me, but they have a need, so the weed it's a penalty.
Then these
of the high
little
life.
people, these little
I was in a
mannequins.
Jeep, I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life.
And then the breathing, man, like somebody died and shit. You know what I'm
In a
saying?
Jeep, I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life. I was in a Jeep, I was in a Jeep trying to get a high life.
Number 4, we gotta change the label name. That's a stupid
And then the
name.
name of his
Never
label.
too different. I'm gonna tell you something. You can't.
Never too different. Then his man's is telling him you can never be too different, man. Salute to Token, salute to Terror Reid, man. This drum right here was dope. I really enjoyed it. Like, it's good having Token on the channel, so you already know. Like I said, when I saw this in my timeline, I had to, y'all. I had to get it up here. I was like, we just did Token reaction. We haven't had a Terror Reid reaction in a minute. And also, if you guys are new to the channel, we've done like full albums of Terror Reid up here. So the joint with him and Puglia, well, we got 2 of the joints with him by himself. Yeah, we've been cooking up here for like a couple years when it comes to Terror Reid. We got a whole lot of artists up here and everything. Y'all make sure y'all check that out when you get a chance. You got time to binge. But yeah, let me go ahead and get up out of here, man. Protect your peace with your peace. Stay away from negativity and naysayers. And let me know, did you like this track? Do you like Token as an artist? You know, because I'm, you know, pretty much he's on the channel. So I'm trying to see everybody's feedback with Token. I feel like he's dope. I feel like he's a good addition to the channel. Let me know if you like Jeep. You're looking forward to his new album. When did you first hear Token? I told you on the last video, Token kept popping up on like my YouTube feed over and over and over and over and over again. So then one day I was like, why does this keep popping up? And I clicked on it. And I was like, word, shout outs to the algorithm, you know, help me find Token and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be safe and y'all be easy out there. Peace.